Welcome back, guys. It's Jessica here with Topistry, and today we're going to be making this beautiful beehive topper. So get your supplies ready and let's get started. So we're starting with our favorite fast setting resin, and we're going to add our color of alcohol ink. This is Butterscotch. And then we're just going to pour it into our shaker mold first, and then we're going to go ahead and pour it into the bangle mold. If you have a syringe, you can go ahead and fill up your syringe and then go ahead and pour it into your bangle mold. If you don't, you can pour it into one of these little cups and kind of bend it so you can fit it into the mold easier. Okay, so we're gonna watch the clock with this topper tutorial. We do not need this resin to become super hard. So we are going to watch the clock and check this periodically, okay? Because remember, we're going to be shaping this to fit around our lid. So while that's curing, we're gonna go ahead and get our honeycomb ready. You're gonna add your favorite glitter, okay? And you're gonna brush off the excess. So now we're gonna add our vegetable glycerin and water mixture. This is what's going to make the glitter move around in this honeycomb. Okay, you're gonna get your UV resin and your little plastic sheet, and you are going to add this UV resin everywhere your resin is showed. Okay, everywhere you see your, honey colored resin, you are going to add your UV resin. And then you're going to add the plastic sheet to it and then stick it under your UV lamp. Once my plastic sheet is on there, I will hold my sheet down onto this honeycomb to kind of make sure that the resin is distributed evenly. Okay, and then I'm gonna let this cure. I'm gonna get my UV resin again, and I am going to seal this plastic sheet in with my UV resin and place it back under the lamp until it is cured. I think it's ready, so we're going to remove the inner pieces from our lid, and then we are going to remove the resin from our bangle mold, okay? And we're actually going to kind of see if it's movable, make sure that we can still, cut it to shape it, okay? And then once we have them removed, we're gonna go ahead and cut them and then form them onto our lid. Okay, so we're just taking our semicircles and we are placing them on our lid, okay? And then we're going to continue to stack them. I do four semicircles before I start building the actual cone. I went ahead and filled up my bangle mold again, okay? And now I'm going to repeat the process, moving the resin from the mold, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cut it, but then I'm gonna kind of just shape it into a spiral. Something to note is that when you remove the resin from the bangle mold, there will be a smooth side, as you can see, and a rough side. So as you make your spiral, make sure that the rough side is inside, okay, and the smooth side is outside. Removing my second resin, I'm gonna repeat the process of cutting it, and then I'm gonna add this piece on the first piece of the spiral, okay? This is building the cone shape to a height that we desire. It's kind of up to you, okay? You can go high if you want to, okay? But I'm just gonna continue to keep going around, making sure that that rough side is in. And then you'll see me kind of grab my lid just to kind of measure and see if I'm satisfied with the current height of the beehive cone per se. And I am not. I decided I wanted it, you know, a little bit taller, okay? So I'm just taking my hand and I am pushing on the inside of the beehive and cupping on the outside to kind of keep that form. And then I'm going to take a little medicine cup and place this upside down and kind of let gravity do its thing. In adding my last piece to this, top, I am going to continually manipulate and shape this resin to make sure that it doesn't lose form. And don't throw away your scraps, okay? We may need that to fill in any gaps that we have. And then if you poured too much resin in one of your bangles, you can always make a nice keychain. Okay, so our next step is to place the top part of our beehive topper onto the bottom part of the beehive topper. Okay, we want this to kind of cure as one piece, okay? But we're gonna kind of keep shaping it and forming it into that beehive while it is still pliable. All right, so make sure you have your gloved hands and kind of just manipulate this resin to fit and shape on your topper. So as you can see, another reason why I do this is so that I can shape and mold the top piece to fit the bottom piece. If I go ahead and let the top piece cure and the bottom piece cure separately, there may be some more gaps. This way I can push the top piece onto the bottom piece and make sure that, the gaps are as minimal as possible. And although this resin is almost fully cured, I'm gonna place it on the medicine cup to make sure gravity continues to have it cure, properly. Okay, so we shaped it on our lid. Okay, the UV resin held it in place, and now we're going to cut the UV resin off. Okay, and we are going to decorate. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part. I am just adding some UV resin to this decorative filler, and then I'm gonna add a few drops of alcohol ink for the color. And I'm gonna use this for the inside of the honeycomb to look like crystallized honey. And then I'm gonna add my, securing them with UV resin, add some gold leaf, kind of just jazz it up as much as you want. Okay, I'm gonna place it under my UV lamp. Okay, and then once I finish decorating, I'm going to seal all of this in with my FDA compliant resin. Okay, so we're gonna seal all of these decorative pieces in with our FDA compliant resin. Okay, and then we are going to place that back on our medicine cup and let it cure. Okay, so while your topper, okay, while your beehive topper is almost cured, but it's just a little bit sticky, okay, you're gonna go ahead and place it on your lid. All right, it won't be our permanent fixture, but it will be temporary enough so we can go ahead and, decorate the top. Okay, so our final steps of this topper, you're gonna take some of your UV resin, you're gonna add it right along the edge of your lid, okay? We're kind of just using that as the glue, all right? You are going to let that cure under your UV light. And then we are gonna take a little bit of our liquid latex and we're gonna add it to the rim as well, okay? Because when we seal this in, the resin will fall down and this liquid latex will make for an easy cleanup. Okay, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up this part and come back when it's done. Okay, it's looking all good, nice and shiny and glistening. It came out so good. I'm very, very proud of it. I'm removing the liquid latex and I'm using my cuticle cutters. I'm only using them because I'm used to using them, but you could really just pull this off with your finger. And then I'm going to remove any of the excess um, resin that may have, formed on the lid. And then I'm gonna make sure I clean it very thoroughly with some 91% alcohol and then hand wash it. All right, and guys, this is so pretty. I'm gonna have to take this outside because I don't feel like this video is actually doing it justice. I need you guys to see how beautiful this looks in the sunlight. Okay, but that's all for this tutorial. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section, and I invite you to join my Patreon group. It's only $10 a month and you will have more access to me and some in-depth tutorials.